Irregular verbs are verbs which do not follow the regular pattern of adding the ed suffix to put them in the past tense. Let's look at some examples. Sing, sang. Feel, felt. Go, went. Think, thought. These verbs do not follow a pattern as regular verbs do, and so they must be memorised. Look at the sentences for Lesson 4, Activity 1, and select the irregular verbs only. Some sentences may not have any irregular verbs. Pause the video now while you complete the activity. Sentence 1 has no irregular verbs. The irregular verb in sentence 2 is thought. Sentence 3 has no irregular verbs. The irregular verb in sentence 4 is grown. The irregular verb in sentence 5 is be. The irregular verb in sentence 6 is sang. The irregular verb in sentence 7 is bought. The irregular verbs in sentence 8 are felt and standing. The irregular verb in sentence 9 is kept. And the irregular verb in sentence 10 is burnt. Auxiliary verbs are used with another verb to show the verb's tense, to form a question, or to show how the action of the verb extends over time. The main auxiliary verbs in English are be, can, could, dare, do, have, may, might, must, need, ought, shall, should, will, and would. They are auxiliary in any tense. Let's look at some examples of auxiliary verbs in sentences. I ought to leave soon. Ought is the auxiliary, leave is the non-auxiliary verb. I would like a drink of water. Would is the auxiliary, like is the non-auxiliary verb. I need to go to the shop. Need is the auxiliary, go is the non-auxiliary verb. Look at the sentences for Lesson 4, Activity 2. They contain both auxiliary and non-auxiliary verbs. Select the auxiliary verbs only. Pause the video now while you complete the activity. In sentence 1, the auxiliary verbs are can and be. In sentence 2, the auxiliary verb is could. In sentence 3, the auxiliary verb is do. In sentence 4, the auxiliary verb is have. In sentence 5, the auxiliary verb is might. In sentence 6, the auxiliary verbs are must and be. In sentence 7, the auxiliary verb is ought. In sentence 8, the auxiliary verbs are should and be. In sentence 9, the auxiliary verb is shall. In sentence 10, the auxiliary verb is may.